Hi, my name is Vicki Foggin and I'm a student in the Library and Information Studies course at TAFE Now. My student number is 366411046 and this is a video for task 4 of research and analyze information to meet customer needs. For this task, I will be showing a patron named Chris how to search for journal articles in our statewide e-resources. And Chris is looking for articles that show how exercise can reduce the impact of breast cancer and breast cancer treatments. So this is Chris, my patron.
Hi.
All right, so now Chris, can you please come on over and have a seat at my workstation here? Please ignore my supervisor. Okay, so have you used the library website before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so this is the library website for TAFE Now. As you can see, there's a tab here right at the top. The URL is tafenow.com.au. Is that a bit better? Okay, so the URL is tafenow.com.au, and then you just click on the library tab.
Yep.
And you go to search the library catalog.
Okay.
We're not actually searching the library catalog, but that's how you get to the part that we want to use. From this screen, you show which library campus you're at, and we're part of TAFE Now, which is down about halfway. And then you go to the catalog. So this is the library catalog, so if you wanted to search for a book or a DVD or some kind of physical resource, this is where you would look for that. But I know from our reference interview earlier that you're interested in digital resources, such as journal articles. So we go up here to the statewide e-resources tab and click on that. And then it gives you a list of all of the different databases that the library has accessible to you. For your particular research terms, I would suggest 3 different databases that we could search through. One is this academic OneFile because it has a lot of peer-reviewed journals, which is what you want for your university level assessment, and it also covers medicine in particular, which is related to your interest in breast cancer. Some other ones that we could use are Academic Search Complete, because that also does the scholarly peer-reviewed journals, or EBSCOhost, which is down the bottom here, because it also has some academic articles and includes a broader scope than the Academic Search Complete. Or you could look at ProQuest, which has sort of a mix of academic articles and popular science magazines, which might be useful for your particular subject, especially as you're new to it and you don't want anything too technical. So if we don't have any luck looking through the first database, you could consider going into some of those and having a search as well, because once I show you how to do it, you'll be able to use any of these databases to search. And I'll send you an email that has the list of which databases I recommend in case you don't find what you need in the first one. So the first one that we're going to use is the Academic OneFile. So you click on that, and then it'll ask you for your TAFE username and password. So go ahead and type in your TAFE username and password, and then hit Submit. And it tells you that your logon was successful, so then you can go on to the database. Okay, so these databases use Boolean search functions, which means that you can combine terms by using the keywords and, or not if you want. We're going to go straight to the basic search first because, oh no, there it is, sorry. Go straight to advanced search. And what we're going to search for is breast cancer, because that's your subject, but also for a lot of scientific articles, they also refer to it as breast carcinoma. So it's good to do breast carcinoma. And you can see that it's suggesting some things related to carcinomas. If you click on these suggested ones, it'll search straight away. And we want to put some more terms in there, so we won't suggest one of those at the moment. So we want breast cancer or breast carcinoma as the subject. And then we also want exercise or physical activity, because that's a synonym for exercise, and it'll often be used as a keyword rather than exercise. And we'll do that as the subject as well. And we could also put research or study to kind of narrow that down further, but as this is a pretty academic database, I think most of the things that turn up are going to be related to research or study. And we want full text documents because you want to be able to look at them straight away, and we want peer-reviewed journals so that they have that reliability that's necessary for your work. And you also said that you wanted articles only from the past 10 years, so we'll limit the search to the publication dates between 2005 and 2016, because we're just barely into 2016, so you'd be knocking off a whole year if you did 2006 to 2016. And we don't necessarily want to exclude any document types or pick any particular titles. And then we'll go search. And so that will bring us up 110 articles. And then you can kind of look through these articles to see if any of them relate to the subject that you have at hand. Usually what I do is if it looks like it might be useful, I right click on the article and then I open it up in a new tab so I can come back to it. You said you didn't want anything that was too medical, heavy medical, because you're not a doctor yourself or studying medicine. And this one probably sounds like it might be a little bit too technical, so we'll skip past that one. So this one might be good. Effects of an 18-week exercise program started early during breast cancer treatment, a randomized controlled trial. So we'll open that one in a new tab and come back to it. Can physical activity help to maintain cognitive functioning and psychosocial well-being amongst breast cancer patients treated with chemotherapy? That seems like a good one. This is risk of breast cancer, so that's not really what you're after. Effects of supervised exercise on cancer-related fatigue. That's the way that exercise would help people cope with their treatment. So we'll open that one in a new tab. We don't need to look through all 100 of these, like you get the gist, right? Yeah. So after you look at these, you found a few that you think might be interesting, you can go back and look at the actual article. And then when you look at the article, you can check that it's from a reputable organization. If you don't know the organization, you can click on that and it'll pop up and tell you more about it. It's a research articles, commentaries, and reviews in all areas of medical science and clinical practice, and it's out of the UK. So if you think that that sounds reliable, then you can go back. And then you can look at this abstract of the article to see if it actually fits what you need. So they say that fatigue is often reported as the most distressing, and it's got some stats there, and a meta-analysis including studies evaluating exercise found a small significant reduction of fatigue following exercise. So this article does show that exercise is helping people cope with the side effects of breast cancer. Sorry that the cat is climbing on your shoulder. And so you would consider saving this article. So if this one's useful to you, you can email it to yourself by clicking this tab here. You can also download it and save it to a USB. You can also print it, but that would get pretty expensive, printing out heaps and heaps of articles, so it's probably better to save them digitally. Once you've saved that article and you find that it's useful, yes, sorry, you can look at the related subjects field over here, and it might give you a few other search terms that that you might be able to look at if you're not getting the hits that you want on the subjects that you're looking at before. So exercise therapy instead of physical activity, that might be a good one, or quality of life, that might be able to help you with your searches as well. The way that fair use of academic articles works is that as a researcher, you can have 10% of a book or 10% of a particular journal, meaning that you can, yeah, 10% of a physical book or 10% of a journal, which is basically one article from a journal. If you want to have more than one article from the same journal, that's all right, as long as they cover the same subject. And whatever articles that you use, you need to reference them in the end of your report or your document. And you can do that using some kind of academic referencing system, such as APA or Harvard. And if you don't know how to do that, we've got some guides here in the library, and we can show you how to walk your way through that. Did you have any questions?
No, that's very comprehensive.
Okay. Let me just make sure that I covered anything. Yeah, sometimes the databases can be a little bit overwhelming. There's a lot of features there, and there's a lot of functions. If you ever have any trouble, you can just come up to the reference desk and let us know, and we'll come show you again. Like, that's what we're here for. Or we have a chat function on the web. Whoa. Well, no more video, I guess, because